Welcome to the Computer Help Desk, first ever narrated Jeopardy. It is Jeopardy 20 Technology 2024. This is totally improv. Usually the videos that I make are exported from PowerPoint and they don't include all the niceties and does them in the order that they're supposed to do, but doesn't have all the cool stuff. So I'm learning this, so bear with me. I'm going to have fun and I hope you will too. Let's see what happens. I generally have lots of graphics and fun new images and the CHD wheel of tech, and it's tougher to get into the training session on Saturdays than on Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Believe me, it's really tough to get into the training session. You have to be hired and interviewed and then make the team. Let's keep going. I use as many transitions and graphics as possible. These are all the previous tech Jeopardies as well, right from the very first one to the very last one. The first one was a workshop. Last one was a Halloween treat, and they've involved playlists and special themed ones about knees and Marvel and Generation CHD and a whole bunch. And if you ever get to my blog, which is listed right there, Random and Not So Random Musings, you will actually see all of these and get to download all of these. Now, they're not in the original PowerPoint, they're in PDF. That's because OAC, Online Academic Community at UVic, does not allow anything but PDFs. But that's still okay. They're available there for you. Let's keep on it going. And use honeycomb effects. And here I tried to make this 3D for fun. So there, you can put your 3D glasses on right now. And of course, they will not help. They'll only help if you go to the IMAX theater downtown. And now let's proceed to the actual Jeopardy! So typically there are three categories. In this case, there's computers older than CHD staff. There's fill in the blanks, GOAT, greatest of all time movie quotes, and computer dad jokes. Now this is a new category because I actually pose a question and then you have to, or the staff attending have to try and guess what the joke is. So these are fill in the blanks, these are fill in the blanks, and these are jokes. And then once I pick a category and a question, or one of the students does, then they try and answer it. So let's go through these in order. We'll start with computers older than CHD staff, and you're supposed to fill in Commodore what? Now there are multiple answers to this, and it is the Commodore 64, Commodore SX64, Commodore PET, and over 25 other computers. They were the most popular computer at their time. Multiple choice question coming up. To fully complete CBV, CHD staff are required to ask for both one card, fund balance, and netlink password. And as you can see all the graphics here, this is a Wheel of Tech prize one. If you get this right, staff, whoever gets this, will win some gummy bears or chocolates or something like that. And what is the answer here? The answer is false and false. We have to verify a client's identity with CBV and photo ID. So you have to verify it. So that's what this one is for. So these are the types of questions that you'll get. I'll just be going through them, and I'm usually improving when I give my demo as well. So this will be completely different than what I did in the actual show, which was taped. We recorded it in Teams so everybody can see it along with all the other scheduled events that day. So computers older than CHD staff. Apple, what? It is the Apple 1 Cube G4. There's a whole bunch of different Apples there. And there is a history of the different types of hardware at Wikipedia. So if you were to click on that, you would go to that. And this is a left-right question for fun. In the event of a zombie apocalypse, which emergency rations should you choose? The one on the left or the one on the right? Now, this is timely because we replaced them. So let's see what the left or the right is. Yes, you have to choose the left, and you have to choose the left. And the right one is the old ones. Those ones you would not survive very easily. The reason for this question is that there is a survival kit in every location. Know where it is, if only for the bandages, and finding out where this stuff is to survive a zombie apocalypse. Okay, so let's go back to the categories now. And as you notice, they turn red when we've answered the question. So that's how we can tell through PowerPoint which ones we have done. So at this point, students who has ever been picked, they get to pick the next person to answer the question as well as the category. We might be playing around with that next time, but this time we'll do it this way. So we'll go with the Altair. What kind of Altair was there? Well, it was an Altair 8800 with an 8-inch floppy disk. Most of our staff don't know what floppy disks are, but an 8-inch one. So this is the question. They're all mixed up in here, different ones. The Altair 8800 was actually named after an episode of what? Mork and Mindy, Doctor Who, Star Trek, Fireball XL5, Battlestar Galactica, Schitt's Creek, HNIC, which is Hockey Night in Canada, or Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is my favorite Star Trek. I've used that as a Jeopardy question quite a bit. And the correct answer is over here. I'll keep the cursor out. It is a mock time in Star Trek, the original series. TOS, that's what original series is for. And fun fact, it was the very first computer to run Microsoft software BASIC. And that's where Bill Gates became a billionaire as opposed to just a millionaire. So let's go back to the categories. The VIC what? Well, it was the VIC 20. It was the first computer I ever worked on and my first job ever out of university. And you can backdate the timing on that if you want to see how old I am. It was a fun little computer in my classroom. So there are three types of service accounts: generic for students and alumni, admin for IT staff and emeritus, and premium for directors only. Is that true or false? I use a lot of IT crowd graphics in here as well. And that, of course, is we have a dramatic pause here. I put this in every so often. Lots of IT crowd things here. And the correct answer is false. There are only two service accounts that Marcus admits to. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, generic and admin. And any of these little boxes, there's always Easter eggs throughout here. So if you were to click on any of these, it would actually take you to the places that give you the more information in the knowledge base. So let's go back to the categories. Coleco what? These are computers that are older than CHD staff now. So what kind is it? It is a Coleco Atom. It was a Commodore 64 competitor, and no, not that Atom. We have to have worked at the computer help desk in order to get that joke. He used to work for us. Here's the question. Fill in the blanks. If you have any trouble opening or closing any location outside of supervised hours, you have to phone what or who? What is the phone number or who do you have to call? And the correct answer is there's pups and dogs. I got lots of dog and cat questions here too. What is campus security? 7599. It's the non-emergency one. And if you were to click on any of these, you would go to the website, which directs you to that. So that's always helpful because we do occasionally need someone to open the doors for us. People have forgotten their keys, or it's a weekend, or something's happened. We call campus security. They may not get there right away because it's low priority, but they will get there. They're really good at responding. So let's go back to the categories. Radio Shack TRS. Now, a lot of these are numbers as well. Way back when, they used to number computers, and this is the Radio Shack TRS 80. It too was a competitor to the Commodore 64. And this is also a question where you could win some Toblerone, or you could win some chocolate bars or gummy bears. So, if you're going to be later absent for a shift for any reason, email who and or message the what as soon as possible. All our facilities have to open up on time for not only scheduled classrooms, but for drop-in as well. And CHD Main also has to be available for people to come by, staff, students, faculty, in order to fix their computer problems. So what are they? The CHD Super at uvic.ca is the email, and our message, the CHD Triage. We need to know that because not everybody is in every facility at the same time. So by emailing CHD Super and messaging CHD Triage, somebody's going to get the message that you are away or late, and we can respond rapidly to that. It really does help us out. Back to categories. And the last one, the next one, if you will, computers are older than CHD staff, is the next what computer? Next, and it's a trick question. It was just called the Next Computer by Steve Jobs. It was an amazing computer. I saw one at UVic years ago. It just looked gorgeous. These are cat questions. These cats are owned by who? Who owns these cats? Who are blank and blank? So two people own these cats. Who are, it's a bit of a trick question, who are Taylor Swift, those are Taylor Swift's three cats, and Captain Marvel's cat named Goose. Although Goose isn't really owned by anyone, he's a flurkin. So if you don't know what that is, go to Wikipedia. These are the cats that are owned by CHD staff: Asha, Ember, Jack, Pico, and Roy. Pico is the most recent one. She is really cute and one of the great cats. And now we're on to a new category called Fill in the Blanks Greatest of All Time Movie Quotes. So I've given you the quote, and you have to guess either the character, the actor, or the movie. Any one of those three will be fine. So life is like a box of chocolates. That's from Forrest Gump. and the ping pong. A lot of that my generation know all this movie, but sometimes our generation doesn't. This is a special question. It's what I call hieroglyphics. So I've found some gifs, and together, if you add them all up, will be something that's at UVic or something that we know about at UVic every single day. So what could all five of these in a row? And this is for a prize as well. What is with one, two, three, four, five? What is this? And usually everybody gets it. So what is desktop support surf ACES desktop support services, which is another department at UVic we're affiliated with. And basically there's a dedicated staff member to help out each department, sometimes two. It just depends on the department. It's really cool. They're really good people. Let's go back to the categories. Something. I do not think that word means what you think it means. And that is, of course, from one of my favorite movies, Inconceivable, The Princess Bride, with Fezzik Inigo and the Man in Black, along with Buttercup. And yes, I know too much about The Princess Bride. And it's another hieroglyphic one. So we've got one, two, three, four equal what? And it is, of course, TOTP, time-based one-time passcode. We use MFA Duo at UVic to enter a whole bunch of things, and you can have a passcode to get you in case you haven't got your phone or hardware like that. And here's my joke. The knowledge base, which is what we use, it's our Wikipedia, is to be translated into hieroglyphics, and we just need volunteers, and so far, nobody. But that's okay. Maybe we'll use Google Translate. Go back to the categories. Who phone home, and this is getting to be old as well. Not many people know that E.T. the Extraterrestrial phone home. Elliot. This is one of my favorite movies too, and was one of the early ones for Steven Spielberg. So what does LDAP stand for? It's a multiple choice question. Later due after pierogies, large data access panels, largest digital anomalies present, let Dave answer problems. Light density analog pizzas, low data access ports, lost data adjunct permissions, or lightweight directory access protocol. So which one of those? We use LDAP, know of LDAP every day. It is, of course, nope, 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 nope. That was my favorite answer, though. Nope, nope, nope. And of course, I made it the very last answer because everybody has to read down and see all my jokes. And there's a picture of LDAP, and I'm not sure if it's accurate, but it was the most colorful one that I could find, and I needed a placeholder graphic in there. So I'm hoping it's right. So let's go back to the categories. May the what be with you? Not quite the answer everybody's thinking of, but it is one of them. May the Force, the Fourth, or the Schwartz be with you. May the Force is Star Wars. May the Fourth is the day that celebrated Star Wars. And May the Schwartz, it was a Mel Brooks campy satire of Star Wars. This is one of my favorite questions. It's the before and after. And this is designed to help our students know what's to be done at the end or the beginning of the day or throughout. So I've got a before on the left and an after on the right. And this is Beck. And what does Beck need? The answer is, what does Beck need at the closing shift? So all the things that are wrong are on the left-hand side. You've got water bottles and desks, chairs on desks over here. You've got me hiding out in behind. You got to make sure no one's around. Monitors are on, computers are on, stuff on chairs, a coffee cup, a recycle bin off, desks tidied up, and chairs stuffed in. So if you can see, each one of these has been corrected and cleaned, and this is the way the shift should end when you close down, so that when the first person comes in the next morning or the next shift, if you get a chance, they're ready to go, everything's ready, nice and clean, and they don't have to worry about it. And that's in every facility, okay? Fill in the blanks, goat. Again, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to, of course, die. Hello, my name is Mateo. No, there's too much. Let me sum up. It is from The Princess Bride. A better book. If you like the movie, the book is even better. So, HR Puff and Stuff has requested a Netlink ID change to Puff the Magic Dragon. CHD will charge him how much? A 12 pack of hot dogs, a noodle lunch at Mystic, a bag of neutrinos, a 1 ounce gold bar, 1 Bitcoin, a bag of gummy worms, HDMI to USB-C dongle, or a large Toblerone ball and a bar. And there's our support cat right there. It's not one of our main cats, but could look like one. And the correct answer is no, a bag of neutrinos because they have no charge. We don't charge to change a Netlink ID unless it's repetitive or kind of frivolous. We will generally not charge to change a Netlink ID, name change, things like that. Okay, back to the categories. You talking to who? You're talking to who? This is a really old movie, but a good movie. It is me, not Windows ME. It's from Taxi Driver. It's you talking to me, Robert De Niro, one of his early roles as well, Academy Award winning. So blank and blank applies to all our teaching labs in Clarion except the call facility. And those who know me, I work in the call facility, computer assisted language learning facility. We're not the people who call you at night to get a magazine subscription or a donation. That is the call center. We're the call facility. Okay, what is blank and blank? Two answers, and this is a special Toblerone because this is probably the toughest question here. What is the computer lab tasks and support applies to all our teaching labs in Clarion except the call facility. And that's directly from the knowledge base. If you were to click on these, it would take you right to the knowledge base. I'm going to give an example of that a little bit later on, but I'll show you what happens. And we'll go back to the categories. The last one under fill in the blanks is blank. Where are we going? We don't need roads from Back to the Future. It's the famous last line in the first Back to the Future, not 2 and 3, but the first one with the DeLorean and Doc Smith and Marty. Multiple choice. What does VPN stand for? Very public Netscape, virtual protected network, very personal NVIDIA, virtual private network, virtual pirate notepad, or VLAN protected NTFS. And of course, the correct answer is nope, nope. Virtual private network and use all the time. All of you, Vic, uses it when you're on campus. You're in one. But I do like Viral Pirate Notepad. That one's kind of cool. I like that one. Back to the categories, and we got a whole new computer category now, computer dad jokes. This is my favorite one to make. I've used varieties of this. Why did MS PowerPoint cross the road? To get to the other slide. Yeah, and even Data likes that one. That one's kind of cool. Lots of puns and lots of jokes here. What's the question? Multiple choice. You've just helped a client in record time in under 1 minute. Now it is time for what kind of QP? That's a term we use at the help desk all the time. Is it a quack pack, a quiet puck, a quark pork, a quick pick, a quattro pepperoni, quirk pecs, quintessential perfection, or quaint porcupines? Well, we do use this. It's called a let's wait for it. Dramatic quick pick, because sometimes we don't need to fill in tickets for everything. It's somebody just needs to know where the washroom is, or how to turn a computer on, or very simple things. Basically, it's could they have figured this out without us? Probably not. It might be difficult, or it might be lengthy, or it might be very, very quick. Well, we can do a quick pick, and it's a metric that we use to make sure that we record what we're doing. It's just a quick answer. And sometimes it's just a, how do I find out how to update or how do I delete a file from my computer? Very, very simple. We call it a quick pick. We'll refer to it as quaint porcupines from now on, though. I like that one. Let's go back to the categories. So what do you call monkeys who share an Amazon account? Prime mates. Okay, not even that baboon there liked that joke as well. Is this true or false? If a student accidentally prints in color on any of the printers, then CHD can offer a refund. Is that true or is that false? And that is false. The only reasons that we can give some money back are basically mechanical problems, but if they have an extra page at the bottom and it prints blank, they're charged for it. Wrong cue, color black and white, incorrect charge, or duplex if single, that's all on the user. And that we don't refund that at all. Back to the categories. What is it called when CHD supers get surgery on their fingers? Supers are our supervisors of the computer help desk, so we just call them supers. The rest of us are more like averages or sidekicks. And we call it technical support. And that's an actual shot of the cats of the help desk. The IT crowd is required viewing for all co-ops training at CHD. Is this true or false or recommended? IT crowd, well, my answer is it's only recommended, but it is fantastic. Things don't catch on fire at UVic, but we have had some floods in the call facility back in about 2016, 15, something like that. And I have an alibi. This was also for a prize. This was also for a chocolate bar, a Toblerone, this is gummy snakes, gummy bears, everything. Let's see. Okay, who is a computer's favorite singer? I thought everybody would get this one. They didn't. It is Adele. I like this one. This might be my favorite joke here. All right, multiple choice. If CHD was a movie, which one would it be? Would it be Star Trek Search for Spock? Marcus is Admiral Kirk. Everything Everywhere Call at Once, Tomoyo as Michelle Yeoh. Avengers, The Infinity Homers, Dave as Thor. Magic Mike, Mike as USB Live Chat 3000 Mike. Lord of the Token Rings with Heather as Galadriel. Mad Max, Fury Road, Allison as Furiosa. Mac to the Future, Greg as Marty McFly. The Good, the Dot Bat, and the Ugly, Gary is of course the Good. Spider-Man Into the Uvik Verse, Kelly is Gwen. Supers of the Galaxy, Sophie is Gamora, or all of the above. And if you read each one there, there's a hidden pun in each one. The hardest one you might not know is Spock is single point of contact, as opposed to, well, the Star Trek Spock. And the answer is all of the above because they're all very good. I'll try and do the same thing next time. That was fun to do. Back to categories. We're getting near the end here. How did the hacker elude InfoSec? That's our security force, if you will, at UVic. He ran somewhere. Say that fast and you'll get it. Ransomware. Okay. Who created our new CHD mascot? He is Hot Dog Dog using artificial intelligence. Was it Dave, Sophie, Kelly, Mike, Marcus, Allison, Mike, Gary, Tomoyo, Heather, or Greg? And I just had to pause there. You probably heard the phone in the background, and pause seems to work. I'll get rid of it off the screen. So Dave, Sophie, Kelly, Marcus, Allison, Mike, Gary, Tomoyo, Heather, or Greg. And the answer is, come on, let's see. The answer is Marcus, of course. He did that about a week ago as of this recording and as of Jeopardy. And there's Mike. He's hiding in the booth over in the library here, and he just loves hot dogs. It's kind of an in joke for us. Back to categories. How do trees access a call computer? Again, call is computer assisted language learning. They, of course, log in. And this is for one of the prize of prizes. It is for Haribo Gold Bears, the best of the gummy bears. So Doc Brown and Marty McFly show up at CHD and they need help connecting the flux capacitor to the Hill Valley Courthouse clock at exactly 10:04 p.m. tonight. You need to see Back to the Future #1, and that's what happens. That's what they need to do to get the DeLorean back. Those are spoilers, but it will work. You've got to go see it. And then 2 and 3 are rent it. So when to check, where's my button? There we go. When to check if Doc Brown is DSS supported. We get a lot of requests from a lot of people all the time, and they have DSS support staff. So we will escalate it to them or recommend that they contact the DSS support service themselves. Uh, we can help them if it's quick, but generally we try and escalate it to the dedicated DSS desktop support services. That was an earlier question. Back to, okay, what was Steve Jobs' favorite fast food? This is the last one of Jeopardy. What was Steve Jobs? It was, of course, a Big Mac. Okay. Ha ha ha. Multiple choice to end. When escalating issues, provide info about the condition the client needs to resolve using haiku, pantomime, can, which is conditions, actions, needs, smoke signals, American Sign Language, passing post-it notes to supers, Morse code, Gregorian chanting, or yelling louder than the client. And the correct answer is, of course, can, conditions, actions, and needs. And I'll go right here. I'll show you what happens when you click on in a second here. These were actual haiku that I used. Was it ChatGPT or was it might have been Copilot? I just asked it to do some haiku about computer help desk, and it came up with these. These are all AI generated. They're not quite perfect haiku, but it doesn't mean that they're not right. There's different rules for different haiku. So let's just see what happens when you do click on one of these things. And what it should do is, there you go. See, that's one of the Easter eggs, and it brings up the knowledge base. That's what happens. And we'll go back to the categories, and that's it. So the very next thing I would usually go on is show them what's next. I have often used playlists, and these are all the playlists for songs that I've used. Guardians of the Galaxy, lots of Taylor Swift, Kate Bush jokes as well. And we'll go to the next one as well. Lots of special effects. And here's 3D. And there's our official logo, Hot Dog Mike. That's an in joke. That was created by TCAT. And then let's see what else is there. One last thing, I think. Yes, the swirling vortex of the CHD. And that is the end of CHD Jeopardy. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to have another one. We've done about 13 of them. And that is it. I'm going to go to fade to black and pause. Thanks for listening.